Used to hear your footsteps in the boards at night, like a ghost with a name I could still recall. Every scar had a story, every dream had a back. Now the walls don't speak at all. There was whiskey in the memory, rust in the rain. Every photograph burned through my veins. I could feel you in the silence, calling out my name. Now the silence don't carry a thing. I chased those ghosts down gravel roads and broken lines, held them close like a sinner holds a lie. But somewhere down the road I lost the signs. Now I can't even remember why. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore. They don't knock on this broken door. All the pain I used to know is gone, like a hymn that died before its song. I'd give my soul just to feel that ache again. Even sorrow felt like a friend. But the past don't haunt like it did before. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore. There was a time I'd awake with your name in my throat, like a curse I was meant to keep. Every night was a river, every thought a rope pulling me down where I couldn't sleep. I carved your face in the back of my mind like a prayer I refuse to forget. Now the lines have faded, the edges unwind, and I ain't even haunted yet. I walk through rooms that should be filled with you, but the air just hangs like stone. Used to feel like dying was the worst I knew. Now it's worse to feel alone. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore. They don't knock on this broken door. All the pain I used to know is gone, like a hymn that died before its song. I'd give my soul just to feel that ache again. Even sorrow felt like a friend. But the past don't haunt like it did before. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore. What's a man without the weight he carried? What's a grave when the name's erased? I was baptized in the hurt we buried. Now I'm drifting through empty space. No chains to drag, no fire to fight, no voice calling through the night. Just a heart gone still in a quiet war, and I don't feel you anymore. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore. No footsteps on this wooden floor. All the wounds I wore like crowns are gone. like a truth that died before it's known. I'd beg the dark just to bleed again, to remember how it all began. But the past don't haunt like it did before. Now even the ghosts won't find me anymore.
There's a lantern swinging low on a crooked iron nail. Wind's howling like a widow down a broken rail. Boots full of gravel, blood on my sleeve. I've been chasing down ghosts that don't ever leave. Moon like a bullet hole in the sky. Every prayer I whisper just passes me by. Gravel road splits where the dead trees grow, and I hear a voice saying, son, you already know. At the crossroads where the devil waits in black, with a silver tongue promising a knife behind his back, he said, sign your name, I'll bury your pain. But I felt that fire running through my veins. Oh, the devil at the crossroads calling out my soul, says, trade your light and I'll make you whole. But I hear my mama's voice through the cold night wind. Boy, don't you dare let the devil win. There's a shadow standing tall by the fence line post. Head pulled low like he ain't gotta go. Eyes like embers in a cold black face. Said, I've been watching every step you take. I said, I got nothing but a past that burns. He said, I deal in loss but I pay in return. Pulled out a contract carved in bone. Said, sign right here, you won't walk alone. At the crossroads where the devil waits in black, with a silver tongue promising a knife behind his back, he said, sign your name, I'll bury your pain. But I felt that fire running through my veins. Oh, the devil at the crossroads calling out my soul, says, trade your light and I'll make you whole. But I hear my mama's voice through the cold night wind. Boy, don't you dare let the devil win. My hands started shaking like leaves in a storm. Felt the weight of every sin I've worn. Gravel turned to ashes beneath my feet. Two roads burning in the midnight heat. One smelled like whiskey, blood, and regret. The other like mercy I ain't earned yet. I closed my eyes, heard a church bell cry, or maybe it was just the wind passing by. At the crossroads with the devil at my side, saying ain't no salvation for a soul like mine. I dropped that pen in the dirt below. Said I'll take my chances down that broken road. Oh, the devil at the crossroads let out a grin. Said I'll be waiting when you fall again. But I turned my back on that burning sin and walked where the dark meets the dawn wind.
Dirt still fresh where the preacher stood, boot prints fading in the splintered wood. Black coats drift like crows gone blind, leaving all the broken behind. A wilted rose on a crooked stone, name carved deep, but it don't feel known. Wind cuts slow through the iron gate, like it's dragging time to hesitate. And the choir's gone, their voices dead, just the hollow ringing in my head. Every step feels twice its weight, walking out, but it's far too late. 6 feet of silence, heavy and cold, where the truth don't speak and the prayers grow old. Ain't no comfort in the words they said, just a box in the ground and the sound of dread. 6 feet of silence, deep as sin, where the living stand but can't go in. I trade my breath just to hear your voice, but all I got is this endless noise. Gravel cracks under trembling heels, every heartbeat cuts, every second kneels. Sun hangs low, but it don't feel warm, just a dying sky before the storm. Your old hat rests on the passenger seat, still smells like sweat and the summer heat. But the road runs long with no return, and every mile is a lesson burned. Neighbors talk in a hush too tight, like loud would break what's left tonight. But silence screams in a different way. It don't fade, it just learns to stay. 6 feet of silence, heavy and cold, where the truth don't speak and the prayers grow. Ain't no comfort in the words they said, just a box in the ground and the sound of dread. 6 feet of silence, deep as sin, where the living stand but can't go in. I trade my breath just to hear your voice, but all I got is this endless noise. If I dig with my hands through the frozen clay, would I find the words you forgot to say? Or just empty dark where the heart beats end, and a truth no sinner can ever mend? I called your name till it lost its sound, till it turned to dust and fell to the ground. Now the sky just stares like it don't recall you were ever here at all. 6 feet of silence, deeper than fear, where I scream your name but you can't hear. Every prayer just dies in my chest, like a ghost that never finds its rest. 6 feet of silence, cold and wide, where I buried half of me inside. I'm still standing, but I ain't alive, just a man who learned how to survive. mile of broken gravel where the headlights died. Wind was howling like a preacher with the truth to hide. I still hear that engine coughing in my chest at night. Still smell the iron and the dust and the burnt off light. There was blood on my knuckles, but it wasn't mine. There was glass in the ditch like a row of signs, pointing back to that hour I can't outrun, when the clock struck mercy and I came undone. I tried to leave it buried in a nameless town, with a bottle and a Bible just to drown it out. But that road keeps winding through my sleep somehow, and I wake with that same cold sweat on my brow. I never left that night. It's carving bone and breath. Every mile I wander is a step inside its depth. The moon still hangs like judgment in a sky gone still, and I'm driving through forever on that broken hill. You can burn the map, but the past don't fade. It's a ghost in the marrow, it's a debt unpaid. I've been running from a moment that won't set me free. I never left that night, it never left me. There was a voice in the backseat, I can't place a name, just a whisper of forgiveness wrapped in quiet pain. But the mirror never showed me what I needed most, just a hollow-eyed man and a hanging ghost. The sheriff said it's over, said to let it lie, but the truth don't rest when the truth don't die. It just circles like a vulture in a blackened sky, and it waits for your soul till the day you're dry. I've worn out boots on roads that don't forgive, chased down peace in every way a man can live. But there's a night that keeps calling me back again, like a wound that remembers where it's always been. I never left that night, it's carved in bone and breath. Every mile I wander is a step inside its depth. The moon still hangs like judgment in the sky gone still, and now I'm driving through forever on that broken hill. You can burn the map, but the past don't fade. It's a ghost in the marrow, it's a debt unpaid. I've been running from a moment that won't set me free. I never left that night, it never left me. If I could turn the wheel just a second slow, maybe fate would crack, maybe time would go. But the devil don't bargain with what's been done, and the dark don't forget where the blood first run. I hear that crash in the silence between each prayer, feel that hand on my shoulder though nobody's there, and the night keeps breathing like it's still alive, like it's waiting for me not to survive. I never left that night, I'm buried in its skin. Every dawn's a lie, 'cause it starts again. The stars burn cold like eyes that see it all, and I'm chained to the echo of that final call. You can dig a grave, but it won't stay deep. When the past don't die, it just learns to creep. I've been living in a moment I can't undo. I never left that night, and it's buried me too. mile of broken gravel, where the blacktop gave its ghost, past the rusted fence and scarecrow, where the night hangs heavy most. Wind cuts through the cotton fields like a preacher with a blade, and the moon bleeds through the branches where the debts don't ever fade. I heard the tires screaming long before the engine died, saw the headlights shaking like a sinner trying to hide. There was blood along the roadside, dark as oil and twice as cold, and a name carved in the silence no one living ever told. There's blood on the cotton road. Don't you walk it after dusk. Every sin you bury deep, gonna rise up through the dust. Hear the gravel cry your name, feel the devil in the load. Ain't no mercy in the dark, there's blood on the cotton road. He was running from a memory with a bottle in his hand. Said the law was just a shadow that would never understand. But the past ain't something fleeting, it don't loosen, it don't bend. It'll meet you in the darkness like a long forgotten friend. There was another in the backseat with a secret in her eyes, and a pistol wrapped in trembling where the truth and terror lie. When the trigger broke the silence, time just froze and split in two. Now the cotton drinks the story no confession ever knew. There's blood on the cotton road. Don't you walk it after dusk. Every sin you bury deep, gonna rise up through the dust. Hear the gravel cry your name, feel the devil in the low. Ain't no mercy in the dark, there's blood on the cotton road. Sheriff found the wreck at sunrise, just a shell of steel and bone. Two souls lost between the miles, one truth carved in stone. No one spoke of what had happened, just the whisper of the breeze. But the crows all knew the ending as they gathered in the trees. Now the fields still sway in silence, but they carry every cry, every drop a quiet witness, every root a reason why. You can run, but you can't outrun what you've sown into your soul. Every road leads back to judgment when the reckoning takes hold. There's blood on the cotton road, and it stains you to the bone. Every step you take in darkness, you ain't ever walking home. Hear the gravel sing your sins like a long forgotten code. Ain't no mercy left to find, there's blood on the cotton road. Walking through a valley, carved in rust and bone, boot heels dragging sins I swore I'd never own. Every mile of memory with a loaded name. Every prayer I mutter sounds a lot like blame. I left a trail of broken doors and empty chairs, cheap whiskey promises and unanswered stares. Now the wind don't carry nothing back to me, just the sound of what I used to be. And I beg those cold hands of mercy to hold me tonight, but they turn like iron in the dead of the night. I cried out for grace when the sky stays still, too late for a sinner with a bloodstained will. Yeah, I reach for mercy with a soul half gone, but the hands I needed had been cold too long. There's a chapel rotting at the edge of town where I carved her name, then I burned it down. I thought fire could cleanse what I'd done wrong, but it only made the silence twice as strong. Her ghost still lingers in the back of my mind, in the space where forgiveness I'll never find. I see her face in every passing storm, and every night that never feels like morning. I beg those cold hands of mercy to hold me tonight, but they turn like iron in the dead of the night. I cried out for grace when the sky stayed still, too late for a sinner with a bloodstained will. Yeah, I reached for mercy with a soul half gone, but the hands I needed had been cold too long. If redemption's a road, I lost the trail somewhere between the truth and a coffin nail. I hear judgment calling in the distant rain, but it don't wash clean what's carved in pain. I'd trade my breath for a second chance, one last look, one final glance. But time don't bargain and it don't forgive, and a man like me don't deserve to live. So I beg those cold hands of mercy to hold me tonight, but they broke like stone in the dead of the night. I screamed for grace till my voice ran dry, but heaven don't answer a man like I. Yeah, I reached for mercy with a soul half gone, but the hands I needed had been cold too long. Cold too long. Cold too long. preacher's hand, no story told, just a splintered cross and a nameless stone, with the crow singing low like a dying drone. I wore my sins like a second skin, every promise broke, every borrowed grin. Now the dirt don't care what I meant to be, it just pulls me in like the tide to sea. Buried without a prayer, no mercy in the ground, no choir gonna find me, no bells gonna sound. I was running from the reckoning, now I'm laid out bare, 6 feet of silence, buried without a prayer. Mama cried, but I never came, busy dancing with whiskey and flame. Left a trail of ghosts seen every time. Now they're all standing here as they lay me down. I remember nights I could have turned, but I fed the fire just to watch it burn. Now the flame's gone dead and the cold sets in, and the earth don't forgive where I have been. Buried without a prayer, no mercy in the ground, no choir gonna find me, no bells gonna sound. There's a road beyond this grave, it don't call a man I failed to save. I hear no voice, I feel no grace, just the weight of time in an endless place. If I had one breath I could reclaim, I'd carve redemption in my name. But the dirt stays still, and the past won't bend, and the night rolls on with no God to mend. Buried without a prayer, no mercy in the ground, no choir gonna find me, no bells gonna sound. All the debts I carry, they're settled in despair, lost to the silence, buried without a prayer. Pull me through, just a hollow sky where the truth once grew. I was born a sinner, died unaware, now nothing but dust, buried without a prayer. Buried without a prayer. rusted drawer. A man with steady hands I don't know anymore. His eyes were clear like a river after rain. Now mine holds storms I can't explain. Boots by the doorway, cracked with dust. Every step I took was built on rust. I used to speak like a man who believed. Now every word feels like it deceives. There's a hollowness carved in my chest, a quiet war that won't let me rest. I traded truth for a colder skin, and I don't recall when that change set in. I hate the man I used to be. That ghost don't walk inside of me. His hands were clean, his heart ran free. Now all that's left is memory. I wear his name like it don't fit right, like borrowed skin in a losing fight. If he could see what I've become, he'd turn away and call me no one. I hear his voice when the night cuts deep, through broken dreams and shattered sleep. He asked me where the road went wrong, why every mile feels twice as long. There was a fire that used to burn, a sense of grace in every turn. Now every flame just scars my hands and turns to smoke I can't command. I made my bed in a field of regret, with debts of blood I can't forget. Each choice I made carved out this face, a stranger staring back in place. I ain't the man I used to be. That ghost don't walk inside of me. His hands were clean, his heart ran free. Now all that's left is a memory. I wear his name like it don't fit right, like borrowed skin in a losing fight. If he could see what I've become, he'd turn away and call me no one. If I could meet him down that road, before the way, before the low, I'd warn him about the cost of pride and all the truths I chose to hide. But time don't bend and grace runs thin, and I'm still locked inside this skin. With every mile I drift away from who I was back yesterday. I ain't the man I used to be. That soul got lost somewhere in me. His light went out so silently. Now darkness holds the rest of me. I wear his name like it don't fit right, like borrowed skin in a losing fight. If he could see what I've become, he'd turn away and call me no one. I used to be just a fading trace of memory. There's a hollow in the floor where your weight used to fall. Bold, remember every footstep down that narrow hall. Coffee cups still chipped the way you liked it best. Cold as the silence laying heavy in my chest. Screen door don't slam like it used to at night. Just hangs there crooked, won't put up a fight. Wind rolls through like it's calling your name, but it dies on my lips every time just the same. Your boots by the door, still waiting in line. Dust on the leather, frozen in time, like you walked out to nowhere and left me the key to a house full of ghosts and what used to be. I keep staring at the space you won't fill anymore, praying to footsteps that won't hit the floor. Your boots by the door, they're all that remain of a man who walked out and never came. Your jacket still hangs like a ghost on a nail. Smells like tobacco and a story gone stale. There's a half-burned match in an old tin tray, like you meant to come back at the end of the day. Neighbors don't ask, they just lower their eyes. They've all heard the rumors, they've all told their lies, but I know the truth in the pit of my bones. Some roads don't circle, they just take you along. Your boots by the door, still waiting in line. Dust on the leather, frozen in time, like you walked out to nowhere and left me the key to a house full of ghosts and what used to be. I keep staring at the space you won't fill anymore, praying to footsteps that won't hit the floor. Your boots by the door, they're all that remain of a man who walked out and never came. I tried moving them once, couldn't stand the sight, but the room went colder that very same night. Like you'd find your way back if I left them alone, like those worn out souls still remembered home. So I set them right back where you used to stand. Two quiet witnesses I don't understand, and I swear some nights when the wind cuts low, I hear something moving, but it won't show. Your boots by the door, still waiting in line. Dust on the leather, frozen in time, like you walked out to nowhere and left me the key to a house full of ghosts and what used to be. I keep staring at the space you won't fill anymore, praying to footsteps that won't hit the floor. Your boots by the door won't walk back again, just a memory worn into leather and paint. Your boots by the door, and I'm still here waiting in vain. The sun bled slow on Amarillo's edge, like a wound that wouldn't close. Dust hung still on a crooked fence where the wild wind used to blow. Your dress caught fire in the dying gold. Boot heels traced the road. We didn't speak what we both had known, that this was the last we'd hold. Your hand in mine felt colder now, like a river running dry. And every mile we never drove was burning in your eyes. This is the last light in Amarillo, where the sky breaks down in flame, where we stood like sinners forgiven, but we're leaving just the same. Let the sunset carve it in stone, every promise we let go. In the last light in Amarillo, you're the only home I know. The radio hummed a broken hymn through a speaker cracked with years, and your voice came soft like a worn-out prayer I pretended not to hear. There was dust on the dash and rust on the keys and a tremble in your breath, like a train that's bound for somewhere else with no regard for what it left. You turned away as the daylight died, like you couldn't face the end. And I watched the fire fade from your head, like a match that couldn't mend. This is the last light in Amarillo, where the sky breaks down in flame, where we stood like sinners forgiven, but we're leaving just the same. Let the sunset carve it in stone, every promise we let go. In the last light in Amarillo, you're the only home I know. If I had one more mile to steal, I'd drive it straight through time to the night we swore forever still would never draw a line. But the dark comes quick on broken things, and it don't ask who you are. It just takes what's left of the fading sky and buries it in scars. This is the last light in Amarillo, where your shadow slips away, where love dies slow in quiet colors at the dying of the day. Let the sunset carve it in stone, there's no saving what we chose. In the last light in Amarillo, I lose the only home I know. Yeah, the last light in Amarillo is the last place I'll let you go. crooked and slow, past the fences that lean like they're giving up hope. She'd carve her name in the bark by the bend, said if I drift, I'll come back here again. There was rust on the bridge and a cross by the rail, where the town kept its secrets and nailed them in place. I heard her laughing that last fading night, with a bottle of fire and a dare in her eyes. The river took her name, washed it out of the clay, carried every syllable miles away. Now the banks don't speak and the current don't pray, it just drags what it finds to a nameless grave. And I call through the rain, but it ain't the same since the river took her name. I went back with a dawn and a rope in my hand. Every step felt like walking through somebody's end. Her boots by the shore, laces loose in the mud, like she stepped out of time and into the flood. Sheriff said, son, some things don't return. Wrote it down like a page that was too far to turn. But I know what I saw in that black rolling vein. It don't give, it just takes and forgets what it claimed. The river took her name, carved it deep in the stone, turned her voice to a sound I don't know. Now the wind don't care and the willows don't sway, like they're tired of watching it slip away. And I scream at the sky, but it don't explain why the river took her name. Every drop's got a memory buried in silt. Every ripple's a lie that the water has built. I still hear her singing when the night cuts cold through the cracks of the past that I can't hold. If I walk far enough, if I bleed in the stream, will it give back the ghost that it swallowed from me? Or am I just another man lost in the tide, with a name on my lips and no place to hide? The river took her name, left me nothing to say, just a ghost of a love that it pulled away. Now the stars don't shine and the road don't bend, just circles me back to that place again. And I'll stand on the bank till I fade the same, where the river took her name. Yeah, I'll fade in the dark, where it carved her name. There's a chair by the window where your shadow still leans. Dust dances slow in those dead summer beams. Your boots by the doorway, they ain't moved an inch, like they're waiting on a man that the earth won't unpin. I still hear you laugh in the creak of the floor, like a ghost knocking soft on a splintered back door. But the night don't answer, it just swallows me whole, and I pour out your memory and I burn down my throat. So I drink for the ghost that won't leave my bones. Every swallow drags me deeper along. Raise the glass to the grave, I can't outrun another shot for the love undone. Yeah, the bottle don't heal, it just pulls me close to the cold, dark truth I fear the most. I ain't drowning you, I'm just letting you grow. Every drop's just whiskey for the ghost. Your name on my tongue tastes bitter and warm, like a prayer that got lost in a godless storm. The preacher said time's gonna mend what it steals, but time just sharpens what the silence reveals. I've been chasing your face in the bottom of glass, watching your memory flicker, then shatter like ash. Every midnight confession I pour into sin brings you back for a moment, then buries you again. So I drank for the ghost that won't leave my bones. Every swallow drags me deeper along. Raise the glass to the grave, I can't outrun another shot for the love undone. Yeah, the bottle don't heal, it just pulls me close to the cold, dark truth I fear the most. I ain't drowning you, I'm just letting you grow. Every drop's just whiskey for the ghost. Oh, oh. If I set down the bottle, would you finally fade or haunt me louder in the quiet I've made? Is this love or a curse that I carry inside, keeping you breathing while I slowly die? I see your eyes in the cracks of the wall, in the empty reflection where I used to stand tall. And I swear if I sober, you'll vanish like smoke. So I stay here drinking, keeping you close. Yeah, I drank for the ghost that won't leave my bones. Now the man in the mirror ain't someone I know. Raise the glass to the grave, I've become a living ruin of a broken one. Yeah, the bottle don't heal, it just digs me down to a place where your memory wears the crown. I ain't losing you, I'm just losing control. Every drop's just whiskey for the ghost. Yeah, every drop's just whiskey for the ghost. judgment every time I peel. Another town, another lie I learned to wear, like a borrowed coat that never quite fits fair. I left a name carved deep in county lines, where the preacher knew the truth behind my eyes. Now every road just bends but never breaks, and every dawn feels like a fresh mistake. I got sins I can't outrun, they're out shotgun with me through every state line, every back road county. I keep driving through the night, but they don't fall behind like blood on the wind, like a mark I can't hide. I could run till the devil forgets my name, but these sins I can't outrun still know the way. There's a motel cross flickering half alive, where I washed my hands but couldn't feel them dry. Every mirror shows a man I used to know, with a past that won't stay buried down below. I hear the sirens in the pouring rain, but it's just the guilt calling out my name. I trade my sleep for one more mile of road, but the weight don't lighten, just shifts the load. I got sins I can't outrun, they're right shotgun with me through every state line, every back road county. I keep driving through the night, but they don't fall behind like blood on the wind, like a mark I can't hide. I could run till the devil forgets my name, but these sins I can't outrun still know the way. If there's mercy in the dirt, I ain't found the place. If there's grace in these hands, it's been worn away. I dug a hole once deep enough for truth, but the ground spit it back like it always do. Now the tires hum low like a funeral hymn. In the past sits quiet, but it's closing in. There's no horizon wide enough to save a man who's digging while he tries to escape. I got sins I can't outrun, they're right shotgun with me through every lost road in broken memory. I keep driving through the dark, but it won't let me go, like fire in my chest, like a debt I still owe. I could run till the world turns cold and gone, but these sins I can't outrun keep dragging me on. Yeah, I could run till there's nothing left to become, but I'll die on the road with the sins I can't outrun. There's a courthouse clock that don't keep time, hands stuck shaking at a county crime. Sheriff's boots on a blood-worn floor, but he don't ask questions anymore. Widow Hale with a son to grin keeps her secret stitched in skin. Bible cracked where the names fall out, every prayer just to quiet a doubt. Railroad tracks hum low at night, carry sins out of sight, but they always come back around to rotten, broken Halo Town. Oh, ring those bells, but they don't save souls. Every saint here's got a ledger full, smiles cut sharp like a rusted plow. Ain't no angels walking now. You can wash your hands in the river's brown, but the dirt won't leave this dying ground. Every truth gets buried down in broken Halo Town. Preacher Cole with a shaking hand counts his sins like grains of sand. Sermons burn, but his voice goes thin when the choir sings what he's done within. Young boy James found a loaded gun, thought redemption could be undone. Left a note with a trembling line, God forgive what ain't divine. Mama cries through a locked front door, but the town don't listen anymore. They just whisper through teeth, half crowned, another lost in broken Halo Town. Oh, ring those bells, but they don't save souls. Every saint here's got a ledger full, smiles cut sharp like a rusted plow.